Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in agricultural science, we are going to be learning about agricultural development in Nigeria. Okay? Our topic for today in agricultural science is on agricultural development in Nigeria. Okay? Are we ready for today's lesson? Okay. Agriculture is a vital part of Nigeria's economy and history. It has played a crucial role in providing food, employment, and raw materials for industries. Nigeria is blessed with a diverse climate and land that makes it suitable for a wide range of agricultural activities. Okay, agriculture is super important in Nigeria. It's all about growing food and providing jobs and materials for storeful use. Okay? Do we understand? Agricultural development in Nigeria means making farming and everything related to it better and more productive in the country. It includes finding ways to grow more and better food, improving farming techniques, helping farmers get what they need, and making sure there is enough food for everyone. It's like making farming in Nigeria stronger and more successful. Okay? The history of agriculture. Agriculture in Nigeria has a rich history dating back to ancient times. Traditional farming practices involve the cultivation of crops like yam, cassava, millet, and sorghum. The travel of European colonial powers introduced cash crops like cocoa, oil palm, and groundnuts, which significantly influenced Nigeria's agricultural landscape. Okay, so the history of agriculture in Nigeria is a story of how farming has been part of Nigeria for a long time. In the olden days, people in Nigeria used to grow things like yams, cassava, and millet. These crops were important for their survival. When Europeans came to Nigeria, they introduced new crops like cocoa, oil palm, and groundnuts. This changed the way people farmed and what they grew. Nigerians became known for these new crops and they started to trade them with other countries. Okay? So Nigeria has a long history of farming that goes back thousands of years ago. In the past, people in Nigeria used simple methods of growing crops like yams, cassava. These crops were essential for their food and survival. Things changed when European colonizers arrived in Nigeria. They introduced new crops like cocoa, groundnuts, and oil palm. These crops were in demand in Europe, so people in Nigeria started growing them for export. This had a big impact on the country's agriculture. Nigeria gained a reputation as a major producer of these crops. Okay? However, it also led to a shift in focus from growing food for local needs to growing cash crops for trade. Today, Nigeria is working on developing modern and sustainable farming practices to meet the needs of its growing population and ensure food security. Agriculture continues to be a significant part of Nigeria's economy and history. Okay? We're going to be looking at development plans in Nigeria. Development plans in Nigeria. Nigeria has made some special plans to make farming better. Over the years, Nigeria has developed various plans to boost its agricultural sector. So we're going to be looking at some key development plans. Green Revolution. In the 1970s, Nigeria started a plan to use farming methods and better crops. Okay? In the 1970s, Nigeria initiated the Green Revolution program to increase food production. It aimed to introduce modern farming techniques, high-yield crop varieties, and improve infrastructure in rural areas. After the Green Revolution, Nigeria moved on to the Agricultural Transformation Agenda. This plan from 2011 focused on making farming more modern and getting businesses involved. Okay, so in 2011, Nigeria launched the ATA, focusing on agricultural value chains and encouraging private sector participation. The ATA focused on making farming more up to date. It wanted to bring the businesses to help farmers and to use new technology in agriculture. The goal was not only to grow more food, but also to make farming a way for people to earn a better living. So the agricultural transformation agenda was like a step forward from the Green Revolution. It showed how Nigeria was always looking for ways to make farming even better and help the people who depended on it. Okay? After the agricultural transformation agenda, Nigeria introduced the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. From 2017 to 2020, this plan wanted to make sure Nigeria could grow enough food and also sell some to other countries. The ATA made farming more modern and successful, but Nigeria wanted to do more to strengthen the entire country's economy. So from 2017 to 2020, they started the ERGP, Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. The ERGP was like a big plan to make Nigeria's economy healthier and more diverse. It aimed not only to produce more food, but also to boost other parts of the economy, like industries and businesses. The plan wanted to create more jobs, improve infrastructures, and make Nigeria more self-reliant. Okay? So while the ATA was all about agriculture, the ERGP was a bigger plan to help Nigeria's economy grow and improve in many different ways. It was another step in making Nigeria a better place for its people. Okay, do we understand? And after the ERGP, Nigeria introduced the National Agricultural Policy. This plan is about helping farmers and making farming more sustainable. The ERGP focused on the overall growth of Nigeria's economy, but agriculture remained a crucial part of that growth. To make farming continue to get better, Nigeria started NAP, National Agricultural Policy. The National Agricultural Policy was all about helping small farmers and making farming more sustainable. It aimed to make sure that even the smaller scale farmers had support and that farming in Nigeria was good for the environment too. Okay? So NAP was like a special plan for farming, showing that while the big economy was important, the government also cared about the people who worked on the land and the land itself. It was another step in Nigeria's journey to make sure farming was strong and that people had enough to eat. Okay? These development plans play a crucial role in increasing food production, reducing poverty, and ensuring food security in Nigeria, contributing to the nation's economic growth and development. Okay, so today's lesson on agricultural development in Nigeria. We understood everything, right? We looked at the history of agriculture and the development plans in Nigeria. In the history of agriculture, we said people in Nigeria have been farming for a very long time, right? They used to grow things like yams, cassava, millet. When the Europeans came, they brought new crops like cocoa, palm oil, and groundnut, which changed farming, which changed how farming worked. Then we looked at the development plans in Nigeria. The Nigerian government made some special plans to improve farming. The Green Revolution in the 1970s, they wanted to use new farming methods and better crops. After that, the Agricultural Transformation Agenda in 2011, they focused on modernizing farming and getting businesses involved. After the ATA, ELGP came from 2017 to 2020. They aimed at making the economy better, including farming. Then after the ERGP, the NAP came. This plan is about helping small farmers and making farming more friendly to the environment. So we understood today's lesson on agricultural development in Nigeria, right? Okay, good. So next we're going to be looking at our assignments. I'm sure we're going to be able to do our assignments, right? Okay, that is good.